Hello there, Brick Fanatics, and honey, I'm home. That's a reference to the Jim Henson Dinosaurs show from the 90s, by the way, because today we're talking about LEGO dinosaurs. There have been a few interesting rumours popping up across the internet relating to the summer wave of Jurassic World sets, and some interesting things in here that we might not have seen since the year 2000. 24 years ago now. The Jurassic World LEGO theme is in something of a holding pattern at the moment. I say this because I also said the same kind of thing about LEGO DC not too long ago, where LEGO DC is kind of just waiting for the next big DC film, which is going to be hopefully James Gunn's Superman whenever that comes out. In the meantime, Jurassic World is in a similar state of just kind of hanging on, waiting for the eventual Jurassic World 4, which does seem to be fairly promising because somehow they roped Gareth Edwards of Godzilla fame into it, and Rogue One as well, like a proven solid director, no offense Colin Trevorrow, who can actually hopefully deliver on some of the scale and the grandeur and the wonder that may or may not have been present in the last few Jurassic World films. In the meantime, all that we've really got for Jurassic World / Jurassic Park at the moment are nostalgic sets that throw back to the more widely universally loved Jurassic Park films, i.e. the first one and really only the first one. Or we've got a bunch of stuff based on the Netflix show Camp Cretaceous, which is apparently doing very well among the younger audience who just want fun dinosaur adventures. It does feel a bit weird, doesn't it? The concept of dinosaurs in the real world seems so hard to nail down for a film. You'd think it would be easy, but clearly it's not. Now that I think about it, LEGO Star Wars is in something of a holding pattern waiting for the next film as well. And LEGO Marvel. Are there any films at the moment that make solid LEGO sets? Dune, of course Dune. Anyway, Camp Cretaceous is clearly doing very well from a merch perspective because in January we got a wonderful 4+ set aimed specifically at fans of the Netflix show. Rumour has it in June we'll be getting at least one more set based on Camp Cretaceous and potentially some based on The Lost World, the second Jurassic Park film, or maybe it's just more generic dinosaur stuff in general and we're reading a little bit too much into it. Either way though, there are potentially some more sets on the way. Perhaps the most divisive of this list is the rumoured 76926 Bumpy the Buildable Ankylosaurus, which is a character from the show and in brick-built form will probably be very popular among fans who like to build brick-built dinosaurs, but might not necessarily wow people who are more fans of minifigures. I'm not saying that necessarily this is either a good or a bad thing, it's just some people like to build brick-built animals, and some people just prefer sets at minifigure scale, and here we've got one that's definitely going to be more for the brick-built audience. If it comes out, because I should point out that we should take all of this with a grain of salt, because none of this is set in stone, all of this is just rumour. But at the same time, the LEGO group isn't always necessarily the best at keeping products a secret until they are actually revealed. There's also a rumoured 76966 T-Rex trailer. This one is apparently rumoured at around $99 and will come with a moulded T-Rex and a trailer of some kind. It's theorised that it might be vaguely similar to 75935 Baryonyx Face Off the Treasure Hunt, which also came with a moulded dinosaur, some minifigures, and a trailer and a vehicle. So this is the kind of thing that we can suspect we might be getting from this. But at the same time, you never know, they might throw a curveball at us and give us something completely different. By far the most interesting of these rumoured LEGO Jurassic World sets is 76965 The Stegosaurus Lookout, which will potentially come with a moulded Stegosaurus piece for the first time since the year 2000. Yes, the last time that we got a moulded Stegosaurus, Johnny Thunder was the name of the game. Well, Adventurers, LEGO Adventurers was the name of the game. And indeed, the set in question came with a Baron von Baron rather than good old Johnny Thunder. But still, it was the Johnny Thunder era, that kind of time period, that we last got a moulded Stegosaurus. So it's been a while. That particular Stegosaurus was fairly kind of angular and almost low poly looking, as many of the moulded elements of the time were. It looks absolutely spectacular. I do love it, but certainly it's a far cry from the kind of level of detail and moulding that we get with more modern LEGO dinosaurs. This set will apparently run for around $65 if the rumours are correct, so a bit smaller than the T-Rex trailer set, but in keeping with a lot of the other LEGO Jurassic World sets that come with some form of moulded element dinosaurs. Since I've got it on the hard drive and it's just right there and vaguely topical and relevant, here's Brick Fanatics editor Chris comparing a brick-built dinosaur to a real skeleton of a Stegosaurus. remember when we interviewed Jordan Scott from the LEGO Ideas team, he was absolutely thrilled, he said, when they first started doing Jurassic World sets, and he begged to be allowed to design one of those, even though that wasn't the theme that he was working on at that particular moment in time. And that kind of enthusiasm, I imagine, does help to carry this somewhat. We know that the Dune LEGO set initially started as the LEGO designers just thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we could make one of the ornithopters? And so sometimes these ideas do come from the designers rather than from kind of higher up saying, right, we've got a brand partnership and we need you to do something about it. So it might be that LEGO Jurassic World is kind of just hanging on there even without a big film at the moment, in part because the designers just love making these things. And that wouldn't be a huge surprise, especially if the LEGO sets are then just, selling well enough to kind of justify their existence, and then the LEGO designers are just twisting the arms of their managers and saying, can't we have the budget for a new molded Stegosaurus, because we haven't got one right now and it would be really nice and it would do something different for this set that we haven't had in 24 years. And it's just interesting to imagine the kinds of conversations that are going on behind the scenes here. I'm not necessarily saying that any of this is actually what happened. I'm just saying, speculating, I know that there are LEGO designers who are really passionate about making these kinds of sets. And as mentioned, all of this is still a rumour, so we might not necessarily get these sets. I often think of the Temple of Doom LEGO set that we were supposed to get last year as the perfect example of sometimes, even if a LEGO set is basically almost ready to be released, it still doesn't happen for whatever reason, so don't necessarily take this as all set in stone. With that in mind, what are your thoughts on the possibility of a new moulded Stegosaurus and indeed these other Jurassic World rumours? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, if you've not already done so, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and give this video a thumbs up, because it genuinely does help out the channel. It just helps us to reach a slightly wider audience. Make sure that if you are going to be making a lego.com purchase in the near future, that you use the affiliate link which is in the description, or we've got this QR code on screen that you can just scan quickly on your phone if you happen to be watching this video on a computer or on a TV. Make sure that you go to brickfanatics.com for all of your LEGO news, and make sure that you sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything LEGO related ever again. Thank you very much for watching.